Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Neema, and this is Here is Neema, where we talk about all things fashion, beauty, lifestyle, feminine energy, feminine essence, travel, simple luxuries, and like all of that stuff. Anything that could be even closely related to any of that, you may or may not find it on this channel. So welcome if this is your first video that you're watching, and definitely make sure to like and subscribe for more. And of course, we're going to be talking about, as the title has already revealed, how to stay unbothered, how to initially be unbothered, and how to stay unbothered. So definitely make sure to stick around until the end of the video to hear all of my pointers. I mean, it's been a process, guys, but I finally feel like I can come on camera and talk about this, how to stay unbothered. So number one, I would say the number one tip that I have for you that I still struggle with myself to this day, because I've always been, someone who's friendly, someone who loves to talk, and someone who loves to share and just be around people and just commune basically. But that number one tip that I would have to share would be, don't overshare. Stop the oversharing, like cut it out. Even if it's your best friend, like I don't care. Stop with the oversharing. Yeah, like what can I say? I've been guilty of this more times than I'd like to even admit on camera, but guys, I have really reeled it in these last few years and continue to do so, because even with my own family, I don't share everything, that's going on in my life. And there's so many benefits to doing this, and I've really come to find that, the less you share with people, the less they have to really kind of hold you to, in a way. And like, not in a bad way, but for example, like if you're on a weight loss journey and you're looking to lose an X amount of pounds in X amount time period, the more that you share with people about that goal, the more that people are able to kind of infect you with their own limiting beliefs and their own 2 cents and their own ideas and their own, I lost the weight and it came right back, and they're just their own stories and all of this crazy stuff. So I would say that, to avoid that also, and just to kind of protect yourself and protect your energy and kind of just protect everything that you are, everything that you're working towards, everything that you are believing for yourself, and whatnot, to stop the oversharing. And it really does help with staying unbothered, because how can you be bothered by something that somebody says about you, or something that you're trying to do, whether it's a business you're trying to start, or a degree you want to go get, or a house you want to buy, or weight you want to lose, or getting married, or whatever the case may be? How can you be bothered by anything if you don't share it with the person in the first place, to give them that space to now then come at you with all of their BS? You can't. So that is like definitely the top tip that I have, is limit oversharing. Actually, limit your sharing in general, and just kind of watch who you're talking to. Like, I know for me, I have certain friends that I can share certain things with. I know that I'm gonna get, mostly sound advice and a sound response from them, and nothing that's going to kind of get me to get in that state of like, ooh, I'm triggered by what they're saying type of thing. So, and then I have friends where I know I definitely cannot bring up certain topics with them, or family members that I'm like, okay, I need to tread lightly on this, because I know that when they start talking about how they feel and what they think, and when we start getting into these conversations, it starts to trigger me. So you have to kind of know how to play this, right? You have to know how certain people are, and you have to know what to share with certain people and what not to share with certain people. And I would say that, in combination with just limiting the oversharing and limiting those conversations in general, is really great. Because, like, imagine, back to my example about losing weight. you decide, okay, I want to lose X amount of pounds by this time period, and you don't tell anyone. So people are noticing that you're making healthier choices. Maybe you're changing a few things in your lifestyle. You're, not eating things you used to eat before, and they may comment and you say, oh, I don't know, I just kind of feel like eating this today, or I just kind of, I don't know, I guess I'm trying to kind of be a little bit healthier or whatever. Just keeping it light, not sharing with them, not oversharing, not telling them about your goals and your dreams and your plans and whatnot, but just kind of keeping it light. Then you lose the weight. You complete your goal, you achieve your goal, you do it in the time frame you had set, you lose the pounds, and here you are. And you can now say, yeah, this is actually my plan the whole time. I've been wanting to lose weight. I've kind of been working towards this these last couple of months. Nobody can tell you anything. Nobody can say, oh yeah, well, past a certain age, it's harder to lose weight, or, well, you're never gonna lose the weight if you do it that way, or you gotta follow this diet, or, oh, you should really try such and such plan. Nobody can come at you with all of that, because it's like, I wanted to do it and it's already done. So you can't say anything because I already did it. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like that's a better approach to take than the oversharing route. Even if they're your best friends, even if they're your family, even if, it's people that you genuinely feel have your best interests, I would say keeping that kind of moving in silence kind of a mindset is really super beneficial when it comes to wanting to live in an unbothered state of mind and state of being. Number 2, understand that everyone sees life differently, through different lenses, and never to take anything personally. I feel like this is such a key, never to take anything personally, because at the end of the day, you could be saying one thing, another person will hear something else. And it's not because of you, and it's not because of how you said what you said, and it's not because of, it's not because of you. It's because of their view of the world and a lot of their beliefs that they have internalized and had for so long, experiences, societal, pushes towards us, different things that have impacted the way that they see the world, that have now then caused them to, relate to certain things that you are talking about or saying or sharing in a way that maybe you're kind of like, I don't feel that way, or, that's not like resonating with you, I should say. So I feel like this, a lot of times when this happens, it triggers people, and rightfully so, because we all want to be heard. We all want to be understood. We don't want to feel like, we're talking to someone and what we're saying is falling on deaf ears. We want to feel like we're being understood. What we've experienced and what we're saying is actually being acknowledged. And that just doesn't always happen. So, you may get into certain conversations. You may express your opinions and express your beliefs. And this is not to say, back to my first point, like the oversharing, not to say that you can't get in conversations with people. I do it all the time. I've come to a point where I'm like, this is how I am. This is how I share. I don't take anything personally, but I also I have a level of respect for people. So if somebody's going to share something with me and I may not necessarily agree with it, or I may not necessarily feel that it's correct, I don't poo-poo that idea. I express my belief, even if it's a counter one, and I try my best to do it in such a way that we're having a conversation. It's not me versus you. We're having a conversation. Because at the end of the day, I'm coming into this equation with my own beliefs, my experiences, what my conclusions that I've drawn on said topic or said experience or said life situation or whatever. And so are they. So neither of us is wrong. When you really think about it, nobody's really wrong. It's just that you see it one way, they may see it a different way, and there's probably some overlap there as well, And if you're able to kind of be a conscious enough person to realize that and to kind of take that into account and take that in stride, you will feel a lot better about yourself and about the situation. So yeah, never take anything personally, because at the end of the day, it's really not personal. And I think I've heard at one point, if they don't know you personally, there's no need to take something that someone says personally. But I even feel that, the people that we say know us personally, they don't know all of us either. Okay? It takes a lot. And I don't even know if we ever really can know someone 100%. We always have a certain view of the people in our lives. They're our mothers, our brothers, our fathers, our sisters, our best friends, okay, our childhood friends, our coworkers. We always kind of have a certain kind of way, maybe that we've seen them or that we have, come to know them, even if we've, known them for a long time. An evolution that we've seen take place. And that is kind of how we see them. It's completely different than how they see themselves. So, do you ever really know someone personally? I know that this is very deep and gray area and very, no set in stone ways, but I'm just trying to get you to see things in a perspective that's more abstract, because quite honestly, this is how I stay unbothered. I let myself remember that everybody is seeing life through a different lens. And like I said before, with the different experiences that we've had, with the different things that we've seen and heard and experienced as society, push on us to believe certain things and not believe certain things and yada, yada, yada. So I just feel like I wouldn't take anything personally, even if someone was trying to attack me personally, or if it was my own sibling or my own mother who was saying something about me, which in certain cases, I have had family members say certain things about me where I'm like, yeah, that's really not true. You really don't know me like you think you do. And whatever reason that made you come to this conclusion about me and how you believe me to be is not true. And, I can accept that. I can accept that that's how you see me, but I know that that's not really who I am. So I feel like it takes a certain type of person to get to that level. And as I continue to do my inner work, I continue to kind of level up mentally in that way. And so this does take a type of person who is doing their inner work and who is, leveling up in their mindset and in their kind of way of being and way that they see the world, where they're not going to take certain things and make it be something that they're offended by or bothered by, and they can truly be unbothered. Number 3, move in silence. Learn how to build relationships with people without spilling all your secrets out. This goes back to oversharing a little bit, okay? We, a lot of times, tend to connect with people through similar experiences that we've had, stories, and different things that we tend to share, and, a lot of the times, intimate details about our lives, secrets, okay? And I would really challenge you to learn the art of learning how to connect with people in such a way that you make them feel comfortable around you, comfortable enough to share with you. Yet, you don't turn around and now share with them the exact same types of things that they share with you. You share, but you do it in such a way where, they kind of feel like they know a lot about you without really knowing a lot about you. And this is a skill, and you're gonna mess up, and you're gonna, try again, and you're gonna mess up again, and you're gonna try again. But the more that you can kind of get the feeling of how to do this, the more that you're able to just be able to connect with people without, putting yourself all the way out there. And, as you continue to know these people and build trust, of course, then you can continue to share bits and pieces and more. Let the layers peel back and actually build genuine friendships and connections. But pretty much initially, when you're meeting people and in those first couple stages of a friendship or even a professional relationship, having that kind of area where you are not putting it all out there in order just in an effort to try to connect with them. You know what I mean? So a lot of people do this. I have met countless, especially women, of course. I mean, men can be guilty of it too, but women, I think, take the cake for this. And then also men, I think a lot of men find it easier to share certain things with women. So I think men can be guilty of this too, but just like you meet someone and in the first 5 minutes, they've told you their whole life story, what their plans are for their life, what they want to do, what they don't want to do. And like, honestly, guys, because I shared with you in the beginning of this video, I am guilty of this. I have always been the girl who loved to share, who loved to connect with people this way. And I'm telling you, like, this is something that I have to reel myself in on all the time. Even with people that I've known for a really long time, just not sharing those details with them, just like the things that I'm working towards, the things that I'm hoping for my future, you know, where I've been and where I'm going, and, you know, the truth about certain situations, and just things that really nobody has any real business getting into in my life, unless you are someone who is in my very close knit circle, inner circle, which of course these people are not. So moving in silence is a big one. Even in social media, I just feel like, you know, you don't have to post everything that you do. I am someone who loves to post. If you follow me on social media, follow me. I mean, if you don't, definitely follow me at Here's Neema. But you will notice I do not post every little thing that I do. I don't put up stories every single place that I go. I do put up stories. I do post pictures. But there's a lot of things that I've done that I have not posted about. There's a lot of people I've met that I've not posted on my Instagram. There's a lot of situations I've been in that I have not let the general public know, basically. So I feel like moving in silence, having that air of mystery, it helps you to be unbothered, because, again, when you let people access you in so many different areas of your life, including social media, including those people on the outside circle, not on the inside circle, and even people in your inner circle, I feel like every person would benefit from, you know, handling certain things, dealing with certain situations internally, and also just having that relationship with God where you're able to, you know, have that outlet, have that cathartic outlet, because we don't need to be sharing with people every little thing. Now, that's not to say that we don't need to share with people. We're human beings as well. We need that, but it's not every little thing. So I think it's up to you to have that discretion. If you're the type of person that feels like you need to share with people a lot, it's going to be very hard for you to be unbothered, because you're always going to have someone in your ear, you know? And then I feel like the less that you share with people, the less that you allow people to kind of come in on the inside of, you know, your life and like your very intimate details, the easier it is to be unbothered, because when people make snarky comments or when people say things that are a little off the wall, you can kind of just chuckle and say, well, they don't really know me. And they don't really know what my long-term plan is. And they don't know what my short-term plan is. And they don't know why I do what I do when I do, how I do it. They don't know. They're probably wondering why. And they're probably, in certain cases, even wishing that they could have the guts to do the same thing. But they don't. And they can't ask you. All they can do is make comments. So, and maybe, you know, especially if you have that air of mystery, people will try to figure you out, but they won't be able to. And they may draw their own conclusions, and all you'll be able to do is kind of sit back, chuckle, and laugh, because they just don't know. And they won't know until they know. Okay? And on the contrary, you don't want to be the girl, the chick, that everybody knows her business. You don't want to be that girl. I wonder if I've ever been that girl. Probably. In what way? I don't know, but maybe. You don't want to be that girl. You know, there's certain things that you can't control. You can't control family, and you can't control, you know, certain things that other people may say about you, but you can control you, and you can control how you react. and you can control what you share and what you don't share and how you react, mostly. And in order to be unbothered, I think you just have to, mostly really be about you. Focus on you, be about you, and truly and honestly let go. And a lot of the things that I just shared in this video, the tips I shared in this video, will help you to do that. Let go of allowing other people into your inner circle when they have no business being there, and letting people in on the intimate details of your life, where you're going, where you've been, etc., etc. Living in, moving in silence, and, just staying that way, it helps, and just kind of knowing that on the inside, you know what you're doing, you know who you are, and no matter what anybody says, and they will talk, they always do, no matter what anybody says though, you always have that in you, that you know who you are, you know where you're going, you know where you've been, you know what you're doing, and it doesn't matter what anybody says. You can stay unbothered, because why would it bother you? Like, they don't know you, and they really, all they can do is wonder, all they can do is guess. They don't know. So I feel like that is kind of my strategy for staying unbothered. Of course, it is tough in the beginning. You don't, we're not used to kind of having that. Evolutionarily, we have always cared what people think about us, because, when we did used to live in tribes, that was very important. We never wanted to be shunned from the tribe, because that would mean that we would be lacking that protection that we needed in order to stay alive. So we couldn't be unbothered. We had to be bothered if there was a problem or a rumor going around, or there was, an issue regarding us or our family, or anything that could potentially make anybody not like us. We had to be bothered by that, because that meant that we could potentially get shunned from the tribe and literally die. And, these day and age, we don't have to worry about that. Okay, we're safe. There is no lion in our living room. There is no tribe to shun us and, cut off our resources and our livelihood and all that. So evolutionarily, it makes perfect sense. But this is something that we have to now train ourselves out of, and we have to do it consciously. Okay, so anyway, guys, I know this was a long video. I love you for watching. I hope that this video gave you some insight and helped you. This is a couple of ways that I have learned to stay unbothered, and I remind myself of these all the time. So cheers to that, and cheers to you for watching. I love you. Thank you. I'm grateful for all of you. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow when I'm filming this. So I hope that all of you have happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of the holidays. Happy 2022 if this is when you're watching it. And happy 2021 if this is when you're watching it. But that is everything that I had to share for this video. I love you guys again. Definitely make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!